Sup, my dudes, Valk here. I know with the game coming out soon, a lot of people are going to be curious on how to get gems right off the gate, how to get a ton of gems whenever you're starting playing the game, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how, the best way to get gems in anime crossover defense. So there's a multitude of ways you can go about it. Gem gain in this game is really good. You are meant to summon a lot, that's why pity is so high. You are meant to summon a ton in this game because you need to summon units for fodder to level up other units, and that's the only way you can level up units. So you're gonna be summoning a ton. You're gonna be summoning a lot. So first off, the easiest way to get summons the second you spawn into the game is hit the collection button. Basically, you go here, and you have Darth Vader, Boba Fett. You basically any unit that you summon, you're going to be able to claim a reward for that. You're going to get 100 gems plus 1 helix. 5 helixes lets you do a reroll. So here you can see all this. Yeah, you can summon or you can claim rewards for every single one that you find. The ones that say not found aren't in the game yet, so yeah, but you get the idea. You go to collection, claim rewards for every single one of these, and this is going to be the very first thing you do to actually get gems inside anime crossover defense. The next thing you're going to do, or the next thing you get gems from, as you progress through the game, you're going to go ahead and get this and grind your levels. Whenever you get levels unlocked, you're going to basically get a bunch of rewards for it. Level 2, 250, level 3, 250, level 4, 250, etc, etc, etc. It goes all the way on up to level 100. I don't have level 100 unlocked right now, but you guys get the idea. You're eventually going to reach a point where you hit level 100, and every now and then, every 20 levels, you get a random mythic from it. Whenever you get level 100, afterwards, you get Paragon levels next. Paragon levels are going to be very, very good as well. So yeah, you guys can see, like, was it level 12? I know I saw it. Level 15, 2,000 gems, right? So that's the next way for you to go ahead and be able to get Paragon levels and be able to get stuff like that. So next up is your Battle Pass. Your Battle Pass, you're also going to be able to grind a ton of gems from. You can see gem here, gem here, gem here, and so on, so forth, etc, etc. You get a ton of gems in the Battle Pass as well. Just do your dailies, weeklies, and monthlies. Each one is its own button, and a lot of people don't know that whenever they start out. Each one's its own button. So the next way to get gems, you guys can see there's a lot of ways to get gems in this. So the next way to get gems is actually through your dailies. You do your dailies, you get, what is this, like 500 gems a day, and then one little reroll token. Yeah, that's good. You just want to do your daily quests as well. There's also going to be like infinite quests and stuff like that are also going to get added that you can do on a daily basis. The forbidden technique here, the ancient technique I haven't known since the Heian era, is to go ahead and actually just buy gems. But I don't recommend doing that unless you want to support the game, which I fully recommend doing, supporting the game. So I know I'm gonna be buying gems, but not like that. I recommend for gems specifically grinding it, but I'm going to be buying all the bundles just for the rerolls and the legendary orbs, but we'll get into that in a different time. Anyways, basically, the final way you're going to get gems is actually by running stages. Right now, in this current state of the game, infinites are not more worth it to run than story. Because the way the waves spawn in and the way it dictates when the next wave starts, it does take a second for the entire wave to spawn in. So one stage does take like 10 minutes roughly, which is a good amount of time. But towards the end of the stage, you are going to basically be able to get gems. And now, one thing to keep in mind when you're playing this game, the drops, every enemy you kill has a % chance to reach into a loot pool and get you goodies. So the drops in this game are physical drops. You have to be standing near where the enemies are dying. If you do not have the VIP Game Pass, the VIP Game Pass gives you a magnet, makes it so you can stand anywhere. But basically, you have to be standing around where the enemy is dying at to be able to collect the drops. Like, let me try to step away and see if I can see some spawn in. But you're going to be able to get all sorts of really cool stuff from the drops themselves. I'm sure eventually somebody's going to hit something that's going to turn into a loot pinata, and they're going to get a ton of drops off of one mob, because that's how it works sometimes whenever you just hit the loot pool. But the loot pool has very low odds on like regular mob. I believe on elites it goes up, and then on bosses it's guaranteed to get like the stage drops. So yeah, the amount of gems you get per run will vary a solid amount depending on what you're doing. and you are going to have different amounts like that. So yeah, now we're just gonna chill. I want you guys to see the drops themselves, so I'm just gonna chill out here, and we're just gonna kind of watch. I know a lot of people aren't familiar with the double path system. I'm gonna be going over that in a different video, like in depth. And there's so many ways to make your unit really, really good in this game that it just feels good, right? It feels really, really good to have all these avenues of power, because there you go. You guys can see the gem drop right there. See it? See the gems right here? Now if I walk over and pick it up, 50 gems, nice. But it's so good to have so many avenues of power, because I feel like I can constantly keep pushing and keep upgrading my units and keep going crazy with that and make units absolutely insane. Like how strong my Madara is compared to other people's Madara, or compared to like a base level 1 Madara, is absolutely wild. And I don't even have power maxed out. I don't have Madara's power maxed out, as well as I don't have him shiny yet. He's gonna get shinied. I don't have a max prestige. That's also gonna be a thing. There's so much going on with it that I just don't have done yet, that I'm only probably like halfway through the progression. I'm already at like a 300% increase. So it's going to be really insane to see exactly what in-game looks like in terms of just raw stats versus a just raw pool, right? Like the amount of investment you're going to have into a unit, you're going to have favorite units, and you're going to be super attached to them. And it's going to be dope. Like, I'm really excited for it, because I'm going to be able to take it doesn't matter who your favorite unit is, you're going to be able to send any unit you want to the moon. You're going to be able to just make them absolutely insanely overpowered. So there's not really ever going to be a defined meta in this game. There's going to be units with like better AoEs or better attacks than other units, but that's about it. It comes down to mostly just the AoE size, the range, and the SPA, because attack stat, you're able to make any unit just have crazy stats attack wise. I think, for example, one unit I'm actually going to upgrade and send up is Sakura, and this is going to shock a lot of people. It's because she's just cheap. Like, look, you go up top, it's cheap. It's really cheap, and she actually gets a small circle on top of it. She just has really short range, and yeah, well, I mean, actually the range isn't that bad. Let me see this last upgrade. Let me get Shanaro, whatever this is. I want to see what this is and see exactly how good she is. She does have kind of a high SPA. Oh no, that's really good range actually. Yeah, that's really good range, but like I said, she has kind of a high SPA. At a 4.1 second SPA, wait, she could be the perfect unit for a vampire, because that's 464 on the level 1 with just a dragon radar. That's really good attack stat for level 1. I might make a mythic Sakura. I might do that. Yeah, I probably will do that actually. Make her into like mythic primal and all that stuff, because you only really need the 1 or the 2, which is why it's gonna be so good to actually mythic your buffers. Like mythic the really good buffers, right? Because making the really good buffers mythic is going to make it so you can put like 1 or 2 of the full AoE buffers down, and then you can just full send the attack on them. So you could probably like solo clear. Like, I wonder about Nami, right? What's Nami's attack look like? Nami's bottom path for attack. So let me just take a look. Not super cheap, but really good damage so far, but only single target. That's kind of okay, so she gets a small AoE now, but she is rather on the pricey side at the Sea Breeze tempo. But like I said, 2.4 SPA, 153.2, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, because you got to think like Mythic is going to take those stats and balloon the shit out of them, so they're going to be like really up there. Let me sell you to get enough to do this. I need to know. 4250 is mighty expensive, so we'll see if I can actually get that in time. I'm pretty sure I can. But as I was saying, yeah, because like, look, I'm looking at a rare unit right now, and I'm like, can I make them better? That's basically where you are at with this game. Like, you can make units so damn good. Yeah, let's do this now. Let's see, 475 base. That's really good. I know you can make like full hollow Ichigo absolutely insane. I might do that actually. Ichigoat might be Itchy Toes, excuse me. Ichigo might be a good little project, because I know, like, with his own Hollow Mask, he can buff himself up to 3.5k as a rare, which is kind of wacky whenever you consider exactly how crazy you can get with it. So if you pair him with, like, the Hyogyo or, like, another Hollow Mask, he can do some major work. He just doesn't have very good range. He hits like a truck, but hits like a truck for half a second. But yeah, Nami might be really worth it to make a mythic too, but she's just not cheap. Like, Sakura is cheap as hell. Like, that's the reason I was looking at her. Like, if you get Sakura, right? Like, look, this is 1, 2. This was like, what, less than 1,000 so far? Yeah, less than 1,000, and then here, now we're over 1,000, and then we have this. I might do Sakura just because she's so cheap. It's going to be very, very important to have a good cheap money unit in this game. It's going to be insanely important to have that, because having the really, really cheap money unit is going, not really cheap money unit, really cheap damage unit is going to be really important in terms of just clearing, because a lot of the really good units are hella expensive, like hella expensive. Like Madara, for example, one of his upgrades, his final upgrade, costs more than she does in her entirety. Look, 12. This is 30%. So I spent like probably 3.6k on her in total, which is very, very, very easy to get. Meanwhile, Madara, who's not anywhere near done, I spent probably 9k already. You can get the idea. Yeah, it's resource in this game is really, really massive. So I think I'm going to mythic her next, actually. I actually might do that here in a bit. But yeah. Anyways, that's basically the end of my yap session. I've been sitting here yapping and thinking and doing stuff. I think, yeah. I think that there is a lot of potential for this game, and I'm really, really, really excited for it. But yeah, at the end of the day, you guys got to give it a try. I think if you try this game, it's going to sell you on it itself. I don't think it needs me being the official salesman of it. I think this game is insanely good on its own. But let me know what you guys think. I'm sure that some people are going to be apprehensive about it, but I'm whatever about it. Let's see how many gems we get for the end of this. How many gems do we get for basically doing this stage? Like I said, the big downside there is her SPA, but she's so cheap, you can just put multiple of her. And also, like, there's so many high SPA reductions in this game, because, like, most characters have really low SPAs, like 3.9, that it's going to be really easy to reduce this by a lot. Yeah, no, I think Sakura Mythic is going to be really good, just because cheap, and it'll buy you time early on, which is really important. Alright, so we should be winding down on this stage now, and then I'll be able to go from there. Boop, there we go. And now you guys can see exactly how much we were able to get from the stage as a whole. 320 gems for one stage. Now, it's going to vary because, like I said, it's dependent on drops, depending on what you get on drops. Sometimes you'll get like 150 a stage. Sometimes you can get up to 600. I've had before. It all just depends on what you get from drops, but I think like 300 is like a good average. So about, you'll get like a multi one every 3 stages. Like I said, you're meant to summon a lot in this game. Anyways, thank you guys for watching as always. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.